All right, I think that's it. All right, let's do this. And we're going to do this one right over here. Marker, Rob, what's going on? K-Love, how you guys doing? Good evening, good evening. Who do you have here? Clayton, Adrian, how's it going? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Get the ball rolling. Ricky, Past Barrick, Art Music, Silent Joe, Jose, Bryce, Albert, Mark, how you guys doing this evening? Good evening, good evening. Now, if you don't know this, let's stop the music quick, shall we? Yeah, pause that music. And let's get back to get started. All right, all right. Let's get the ball rolling. My name is James. This is, thank you there, Art. This is Dividend Stock Talk, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. I'm looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, I can't watch all the streams. I can't. So when I ask you for a question, I ask you for a stock, throw it in the chart because they're going so fast, I'm not going to be able to keep track of everyone. Now, we're streaming on nine different platforms, so I can't see all the questions at all times. Kaiten, how you doing? All right, all right, all right. So it is 12:25 on the East Coast, 9:25 on the West Coast, which is where I'm today. Now, normally, I'm on the East Coast, so my setup that you see here is a little bit different. Sorry, it just is. So I'm in Vegas. We were in California yesterday and the day before and the day before. We did a live show, a live seminar on Saturday. Okay, so if you don't have a chance to see the next live show, which is going to be in Vegas, can you turn those back on, please? So I need the light in the back so that, perfect, thank you. So we're doing another live show in Vegas in order for you to actually come meet me in person, and then you can ask whatever questions you want. Now, if you don't have the opportunity to come in person, you can always join online. So just DM me information that you request, and I'll send it to you. Or you can just go right to the website and find the information there, or to Patreon. I have like 12 or 13 different platforms. Send me a link. I'll find you somewhere. All right? Reach out and touch someone. Who else do we have? AK777447, whatever. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Now, as I said earlier, we're looking from, hey, Jonathan, you're tired. Of course you're tired, dude. It's 12:46 where you are. It's only 9:46 where I am. How do you think I feel? Yeah, I've been going and going and going. And I got to wake up at 6 a.m. to do a live show in the morning. So it's 12:45 a.m. at the moment. I'm going to get 3 or 4 hours sleep, and then I have to get up and do another live show for the people on the East Coast because the market opens up at 9. Well, it opens up at 9:30, but I jump on at 9. So what we're looking for here, 9:26. Yeah, it's 9:26 where you are. Okay, it's 12:26 where I'm normally from. So if you have any questions, please just throw the questions out. I'm going to answer them as best I possibly can. What we're looking for is specifically simple, safe. Trade hacks. Okay, dude, I hate it when people do that. I really do. Don't be doing that. Okay, I don't go to your channel and advertise my stuff. So don't come to my channel and advertise your stuff. It's just inappropriate. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so don't do that. That's inconsiderate. Q-Fire, what dividend stocks do you own the most of? I would probably have to say Hertz. I think I got like 27,000 shares. I mean, it's not that it's important. I don't buy stocks to hold on to them. I buy them to make weekly cash flow. Now, as we progress through the night, okay, JR, we'll take a look at Netflix in a second. I buy the stocks only to get weekly cash flow because stocks only do two things. They go up and then they go back down again. Then they go up and down, up, down. That's all they do. So my idea, my thoughts, when my 9-year-old daughter says to me, Daddy, can you teach me? Basically, I had to create a trading strategy specifically for her. Mad Mike, I'm late, but looking at Microsoft. Okay, I'm going to pause these questions here because I want to get to those. All right, so I'm going to just pause all them so they don't keep moving. All right. Oh, I forgot where I was. So in 2008, My 9-year-old daughter says to me, Daddy, can you teach me? Well, my 9-year-old daughter wants to learn how to invest in the stocks, but most adults don't get it. So how am I supposed to teach a 9-year-old when most adults don't get it? All right, so you guys may be seeing me for the first time. Hi, hello, all the kind of nice, neat, fun stuff. If you do your research on me, I've been online since, oh my gosh, since the 1990s, since dial-up modem, 250K modems. Yeah, 250K, dial-up. Yeah, some of you newbies don't even know what a rotary phone looks like. Literally, a rotary phone. Yeah, that's how old I am. Thank you. I feel better. All right, so what's going to happen here tonight? You're going to ask me about the stocks that you like. I'm going to run them through, and I'm going to take a look at all statistics on what I'm looking for. Now, the powers that be want to make it complicated because they don't want you and me trading our own money. They want you to give them your money, and then they're going to trade it for you, and they're going to charge you a commission. Well, why not do it yourself? Is Trump going to blow up Mexico? What kind of a question is that? I don't do politics. I don't do religion. Sorry, I just don't. It serves me no purpose. Okay, I'm here to share with you something about trading stocks for a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, if you do some quick math, 1% every week is going to be over 50% by the end of the year. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know of anybody who consistently gets 50% every single year. So if it interests you, ask questions, take notes, because I'm going to give you some good information, and I'm not going to try to sell you anything. If you want to buy something, we all know how it works. We're all adults. Okay, go to the website, see what I have. But I do have a webinar coming up, a seminar and a webinar. So if you can't make the live seminar, at least you can come to the webinar. That's all I'm going to say about that. Is gold going up? Doug, gold is not a dividend stock. If you saw the title before you joined, Doug, it is Dividend Stock Talk. We're talking about dividend stocks and investing. The subtitle is Dividend Investing for Weekly Cash Flow. Now, don't get me wrong, gold has its place, just like everything else has its place. But if you're looking for consistent cash flow, gold is not going to give it to you. Terribly sorry. I have some gold, I have some silver. And not once has anybody come by and say, hey, here's your weekly return on your gold. It doesn't work that way. Now, gold, for what it is, fine. Ren, what do you think? Carlos, we'll take a look at that in a minute. Let me finish saying hi, hello to everybody before we jump onto that kind of stuff. I don't know how these people live out here in the desert. It's like it's just sucking the moisture right out of my lips. And I got to do this like 5 times a day. Because I'm originally from Florida. Yep, it's hot, it's humid, moisture in the air. Okay, my skin is nice and moist. And it's like, oh, here it just sucks the moisture right out of me. Anyway, you don't want to hear that. So let's take a look. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. Now, we all know there's 52 weeks in the year, and after getting 1% every single week, that's over 50% by the end of the year. Ask yourself the question, is it worth 5 or 10 minutes a day to get 50% on your return? Well, look at it this way. You got a cat or a dog, you're spending 10 or 20 minutes a day on that dog or the cat. Or what about the kids? You got to feed them, make sure they're clean, make sure they brush their teeth, make sure they clean their room. That's more than 15, 20 minutes a day. But which one of those is going to take care of you when you're old and gray? Yep, see, look, I'm old, I'm gray. I'm 62. Do you think I thought I was going to be here? No, I didn't think I was going to be 62. Whoever thinks they're going to be 62 in time to retire? No, it just doesn't work that way. Okay, we live in our own little bubble. We know what we want in our lives. Fine. So let's take a look at some good quality stocks. Let's try to find something that's going to work. Now, I have no problem whatsoever, but let's go over some of the rules first. Number one, the strategy that I'm about to give to you for free. Yes, for free. I'm not going to ask you for anything. I'm just trying to give back. At some point in life, you're going to feel compelled to do something just because it's the right thing to do. Okay, fine. Well, I feel compelled to share what I have learned over the last 30 years of investing. Yeah, and I fucked up big, plenty of times. I made lots of mistakes. It wasn't until 2008 when my 9-year-old said, Daddy, can you teach me? I said, okay, fine. And it took me a while to figure it out. How do you create that strategy? Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way to lose. That last one always gets anyone. No way to lose. Let me explain that just briefly. When I say no way to lose, let's take a look at what I'm looking at. I'm looking at Pepsi, over 100 years old, ain't going anywhere. I'm looking at Coca-Cola, over 140 years old. Wells Fargo, over 100 years old. Bank of America, Procter and Gamble, Colgate, Palmolive, Clorox, Home Depot. Look, I can go on and on and on, but the companies that I invest in, because they're blue chip stocks, they're household names. You've heard of AT&T, you've heard of Walmart, you've heard of IBM, you've heard of CVS. These are the companies that I like. Why? Because they're predictable. They do the same things over and over and over again. They have dividends. Now, when you're investing, you got two opportunities. One, a dividend stock. Those are the ones I like. They share their profits. If the company makes money, I get paid. On the other companies, capital growth. Well, as the companies make money, I don't get anything. They take all those profits, put it back into the company, and the company grows. And at some time in the future, I can sell and make a profit. Well, at my age, that just doesn't work. I need cash flow. It's your money, use it now. Oh, that JG Wentworth. Besides the point, it's my money, I want cash flow. Simple, consistent, weekly cash flow. So we're going to go over a few trades. You're going to give me stocks. I'm going to give you my honest opinion. Okay, now you may not like my honest opinion. I'm what you call a Gen Xer. We really don't care about your feelings. I'm terribly sorry. Boo-hoo. So if you get offended early, easily, you might as well leave now. Sorry. It is what it is. All right, that being said, let's take a look at some stocks, and I'm going to walk through it. I got 5 rules. You ready? Number 1, never buy anything you do not understand or you do not want to hold on to long term. It's simple. Don't buy it unless you want to hold on to it. Rule 2, never sell at a loss. I've been trading for over 30 years. I have never, ever used a stop loss. It defeats the purpose of what I'm doing. Because if I buy a stock, I'm buying it to hold on to for the long term. Now, if someone's going to offer me more than I paid for it, fine, take it. Because stocks do 2 things, and I'm going to show you as we progress through the night. I'm going to have it 2 hours. As we progress through the night, you'll see stocks go up. That's where I want to buy. As it hits the bottom and turns around, see, bottom, 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 all over the place. And I'm only looking for 1% because I'm not greedy. Stocks do the same things over and over again. So rule 1, never buy something you don't want to hold. Rule 2, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the game. And if you think this ain't a game, 4 green houses, 1 red hotel. Sound familiar? Yeah, that prepares you for buying real estate. Round and round, round you go. Collect up that $200. Okay, pay your mortgage out of property, pay your rent, go around and around. Yeah, same thing. But here it's the stock market. The difference between stock market and real estate, I don't have to go and fix a clogged toilet. I don't have to go deal with a rowdy tenant. I don't have to do anything other than make sure I have a good internet connection, which I'm in a hotel and I didn't have good connection and it took me a while to get online. Fine. So let's see what we got. Rule 3. I got 5 rules. Rule 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. Now I'm going to get to the questions. Okay, sit tight. How do you know when to cut a loss stock? Frillo, listen closely. I never, ever, ever take a loss. Never. Okay, look at this. AT&T, the high was $30. It dropped all the way down to 23. Did I sell it when it dropped to 23? No. Why? Because AT&T pays a dividend and it increases every year. I'm okay with that. And I have the ability to sell a covered call or sell a stock option. And we're going to get into that in a little bit. And as I explain it, you'll understand. So back to rule number 3. Make sure the company is consistently profitable. What does that mean? Well, for me, it means the company's going to make more money this year than it did last year. It made more money last year than it did the year before. And every single year it makes, you ready for this? More money, more money, more money, more money. So why would I invest in a company that's not consistently profitable? Think about it. Would you lend your money to someone you know doesn't produce a good profit? No. So why would you invest in a company that's not consistently profitable? This one boggles my mind because people ask me every night to take a look at a stock, and I think about it, say, oh my God, what this person, do your research. Make sure where you're putting your money is safe. Because why are you investing in the first place? Most people invest to make their life easier, to consistently make more money. So rule 3, make sure that companies consistently profit. Now we're going to touch on that as a little bit as we progress with the night. Rule 4, weekly options only. It's right there in the title. Excuse me. Dividend investing for weekly cash flow. I'm creating what is called weekly cash producing assets. An asset is something that puts money into your pocket every single week. Now, I'm going to get to the questions. I apologize now because I have 4 screens, actually 5 screens that I'm looking at, and I can't read them all at once. So I do have to scroll back and forth to see the questions. I will do my best to get to every single question, though. I will. Okay, I have nothing else to do today or tonight, so I get no problem staying late. So let's take a look at the questions one at a time. I lost 3,000 in 2 hours on crypto. Well, let me ask you a question. What does the crypto have that these companies don't? Cryptos don't have assets backing them. They're nothing more than a wink and a prayer from some guy on the other end of the planet. You have no idea. There's no tangible assets backing up cryptocurrency. Now, don't get me wrong, I have some, but I don't invest in it. I have it because I don't trust the federal government. Eventually, all our money is going to go over to digital assets. So I want to take my digital assets and take them away from the government's reach. That's the only reason I have crypto. I don't use it as leverage to buy and sell to make money off them. I use it so that I can take it out of the fingers from the federal government. That's the only reason I have crypto. I'm actually creating my own. So if you're interested, I think in the next couple of months, I'll be introducing my own crypto. Now, I make a lot of money on a weekly and monthly basis, so I actually have something that's backing my crypto. Unlike some of these other ones, you say, oh, this is funny, let's make a crypto coin. There's nothing backing it up. At least I have something to back up mine. And I'm not doing it as a whim, I'm doing it as a long-term plan. Because by the time I die, my goal is before I die, I want to at least leave 100 million to my kids. That way they at least get like 25 million before I go. That's my goal, to leave $100 million for my kids and my grandkids before I go. That's my goal. Okay? So if you're asking why I'm here, I'm creating a video log so that when I am gone, they will have something to go back to and look at. Okay? So let's go back to the stocks again. So rule 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. Rule 4, weekly options only. It's right in the title. Weekly investing, dividend investing for weekly cash flow. Dividend investing for weekly cash flow. I'm creating a weekly cash flowing asset. So every single week, I'm going to get some type of right in return. Rule number 5. Scam artist, thank you very much. I love it when turds come to visit me. Thank you. That's so sweet of you. Now, I'm not trying to sell you anything, so what am I trying to scam you on? It's a good question. I mean, you got something to say? Fine. Let's say it. Let's hear it. But other than that, you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. So, rule 4, weekly options only. All right? So, I have 2 opportunities to make weekly income. Trade something on a weekly basis. Weekly options. Or sit in front of the computer looking at this stuff all day long. Now, I did that before. I did day trade once. I didn't like it. I didn't like sitting in front of the computer all day long. Now, I made a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but at some point in your life, money loses its appeal. Okay, there was a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, I think it was Conan the Barbarian. There comes a point in every man's life where diamonds lose their luster. Gold and silver no longer mean anything. It'd be great when you get there, because once you do get there, you can come and go and do anything you want, and money is not an issue. Now, money's not going to save all your problems. It's just one less thing to worry about. Okay, it doesn't make it just changes what you're focusing on. All right, rule 5, make sure all the numbers work. The numbers are very easy. Okay, what am I buying it for? AT&T, 2606, 2606, 2606, 2606. That's the current price for AT&T. So tomorrow, when the market opens, I might be buying AT&T at 2606. Now, here's the key that a lot of people don't understand. If I buy it at 2606, I'm going to sell it for less than I paid for it and still walk away with a profit. That alone should say, wait a second, I need to see this. Seriously, if I'm going to buy it and sell it for less than I paid for it and walk away with a profit, don't you think that's worthy information to hang out just for a little bit? Hear what this guy has to say? Maybe. Hope you get a pen and paper. So that being said, I said hi to everybody so far. Greenwood, how you doing? How can I make it grow? Here you go. That is a 2 cent per stock. Greenwood, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. Let me go back here for a second. Ooh, couple questions. All right, Thomas, how you doing, Thomas? Can you help me, please? Absolutely, Thomas. I tell you what, you want to have a conversation, any of you. You want to have a conversation. I love talking to people. I really do. I spent over 30 years of my life learning what to do with money once I get it. I was brought up dirt poor. Really, I was. There was 6 of us in a 2-bedroom house. My mom was a single mom. My father left in the 60s. I think it was 67, 68 he left. So mom was bringing all us up without any child support, without any help from my father, who was never around. Okay, so yeah, I was dirt ass poor. So I don't want to hear it. I worked my way to where I am today. So I spent 30 years learning what to do with money, and everybody teased me, saying, you have no money. No, I didn't. But I said, someday I will, and I will need to know what to do with it. So after 30 some odd years, I know what to do with it now. I make over 50% every single year on the money that I have. It was able to allow me to retire early. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll backwards and take a look at some of these questions, and I'm trying to get to every single one. Okay? So what we're trying to do is simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% every week. The 5 rules: never buy something you don't want to own, never sell at a loss, make sure the company's consistently profitable, weekly options only, and make sure the numbers work. Back to if you want to call me. Now, you can go to my website, book a call, or you can DM me with your phone number, and I'll call you back. Okay? Don't try calling me. I get way too many phone calls. I don't answer my phone. I'll call people, but I won't answer the phone. Okay? Now, on that subject, I don't do text messages. I don't do emails. I don't do WhatsApp. I don't do Snapchat. I don't do Telegram. I don't do any of that stuff. I use the phone as it was intended. You want to call me? Send me a number. I'll give you a call. And if you think you're talking to me, you're not. Unless you've actually picked up the phone and heard me. You hear me speaking now? If you heard me at the other end, then you're talking to me. Other than that, someone's trying to scam you. Last time I saw it, there was 37 people pretending to be me. So let's take this one step at a time. I'm going to go back to these stocks, and we're going to walk through. I'm going to show you samples and how to do it. And as I was saying, the screen behind me is being recorded live at this moment on YouTube. So after we're done and you want to go back and review everything, it's free for you to review it. Again, I'm not trying to sell you anything. You're an adult. If you want to buy something, great, go buy it. I'm not trying to pitch you. You ready? So let's take a look. Let's do this. You ready? All right, back here. Yes, Thomas, I can help you. Send me a number. Read Gogol Grand stuck in funeral home. Okay, don't even do that. That's okay. What's up? Thank you there, Mr. Green. Got it. Gen X checking in. Robbie. Yeah, brother, gotta love it. Love the Gen Xers. We're just on the same planet. We come from the same stock. We know what it's like to be Gen, and it's a total different subject. Jake, my girlfriend is a baby boomer. We don't agree on anything because she was brought up differently. My kids, millennials and Gen Z, we don't agree on anything. We Gen Xers, we're just a strange bunch. And we really, honestly, you get offended early, you get offended easily, you shouldn't be here. Because I honestly don't care about your feelings. I don't. If you want to join, great, then I will treat you like a family. because that's what we do. You want to join me? Fine, great. I will treat you like a brother. I'll treat you like a sister. But if not, hey, fine. You live your life, I'll live mine. Okay, let's do this. Who do we got first? Nameless henchman. Crybaby checking in. Way to go. Okay, life up once. Okay, you lost $3,000 on crypto. I talked to you about that earlier. I don't do crypto because there's nothing there to back it up. At least Ford Motor Company makes cars. They have hard assets. General Motors, hard assets. Bank of America, they own all that real estate, all those buildings. Hard assets. What does crypto own? Nothing. It's nothing but an agreement from someone you never met. Let's keep on going. Mr. Green, AT&T paid out 2 cents per stock. How can I make money that grows? Is it $26 per stock? Sit tight, Mr. Green. You ready? You want to do AT&T first? Great. Now, when I do anything, it's always A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Simple. Do you remember paint by numbers? 1 red, 2 blue, 3 green, 4 red, 4 orange, whatever. And you just fill it in, and all of a sudden you get this picture come out. Same thing here. We're going to go step by step. Okay? First thing I want to do, I want to take a look at the good stock. AT&T. We all know who they are. Reach out and touch someone. First thing, I'm looking at the 1-year chart. Now it takes me 2 to 3 seconds. That's it. 2 to 3 seconds. What am I looking for? You ready? High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. That's it. Now that looks okay. What am I looking for specifically? I'm looking for the high of the year. I'm looking for the low of the year. And then I'm looking for where was it a year ago? Where is it now? So it went up, it went down, it went up, it went down. Now we're right here. Right here is the last 30 days. That to me is the most important part. Part of the picture, but most important part, because it tells me where is it going next. So after I look at the 1-year chart, I want to go to the 90-day. Because 90 days, which is the last 3 months, same thing, but I'm looking for something different. Ready? High, low, was, is. Look at this. Up, down, up. That's it. 2 to 3 seconds. It was created for my 9-year-old daughter. Okay, imagine it. 9-year-old. Daddy, can you teach me? All right, so simple. That's the last 90 days. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a pattern. It went up, down, up, down. No real pattern. Doesn't really jump out. But now let's go to the 30 days. Now, the 30-day chart basically just tells me where was it and where is it going. Okay, this is the last 30 days for AT&T. 30 days ago, we're up at $29. We dropped, same thing, you ready? High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at it, down, sideways. That's it. So the high's here, drops down, back up, back down, back. That's where she is. So she's staying right here in this little range between 25 and 27. Great. I love AT&T. Now you had a question. How do you make 1% off of $26 stock? The question I have for you. What is 1% of a $26 stock? If I'm looking for 1% every single week, 1% every week is 50% by the end of the year. So what's 1% of $26? It's 26 cents. What is 1% of 26? It's 26. Okay? 1% of $26 is 26 cents. So what I'm looking for is a 26 cent move. Now I'll take a look at SoFi in a minute. Hold tight. What I'm looking for specifically, remember I said rule number 5, the numbers? Okay. What am I buying it for? 26.06. What am I going to sell it for? Remember I said I'm going to buy it and I'm going to sell it for less than I paid for it and still walk away with a profit? Now, some of you should be sitting on the edge of your seat saying, I want to see this. Think about it. 1% every week. That's 50% by the end of the year. Okay. So $26. Now, I'm doing what's called a covered call. Covered call is a stock option. I'm buying it 26.06. I'm going to sell it for less than I paid for it, 26. I'm going to collect 30 cents. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, 30 cents doesn't mean shit. You're right, it doesn't. It's only 30 cents. But 30 cents on each share. One contract is 100 shares. So 30 cents, it's only $3. Wait a minute. It's $30. No, it's $30. So it's $30 per contract. But what does that mean? It doesn't mean much. It's only $30 per contract. Let's take a look at the calculator and do the math. Math never, ever, ever lies. 1 plus 1 is going to equal 2, no matter what universe you come from, no matter what language you come from. You can go to South Africa. You can go to Antarctica. You can go anywhere on the planet. 1 plus 1 is going to equal 2. 2 plus 2 is going to equal 4. It is. Numbers never lie. So let's take a look at the numbers for the rate of return. And here is where you're going to have to change your thinking, because you're usually thinking annual percentage rate. No, I want weekly, because I live my life one day at a time, 1 week at a time. I can't wait to pay my bills 1 year at a time. That just doesn't work. So let's take a look at the numbers here. If I'm going to buy it. So let's actually do a trade right here, right now. Now I know the market's not open, but this is just to give you an idea what it's supposed to look like. So when the market is open, all of these numbers are going to continuously change. But the math and the equation never changes. Never, ever changes. 1 plus 1 is going to equal 2 no matter where you come from. So what am I buying? 26.09. What am I selling? 26. What am I collecting? 30. Calculator, if you please. Wait a minute, let's do the trade. We're going to change this, okay, where it says single. Remember I told you we're going to do a covered call. Also, remember I said simple, safe, predictable, consistent? Well, simple, it's one of the easiest strategies there is. Safe, it is so safe you're allowed to do it in your IRA. Okay, there's certain things you cannot do in your IRA, but you can use covered calls in your IRA. So I'm going to change it from single all the way down here to covered stock. These are all the strategies you can do. I'm only giving you one, so don't even ask about the other ones, okay? I'm a nice guy, but I have to draw the line somewhere, okay? So we're going to do covered calls. They're simple. They're easy. It's what I created for my 9-year-old. Okay, covered calls. Here we go. Now remember, I said I want to do the 26. There it is right there. I just want to do one contract. Now the reason I'm doing one contract is so that you can understand what one looks like, what one sounds like, and then you can take a look at your own money and say, wait a second, I can do 15 of these. Because imagine, it's $30 per contract. 10 contracts is $300. 1,000 contracts is $3,000. So depending on how much money you start out with, 1% of whatever you have is 1%. So if you have $1,000, 1% is $10. If you have a million, 1% is 10,000. Okay, if you have 10 million, 1% is 100,000. Everything is relative. 1% is 1% no matter which way you look at it. I like using percentages because it doesn't scare people off. So 1% a week is 50% a year. So you got a $100,000 account, you can get 50 grand at the end of the year. Okay, a million, 500 grand. 20,000, 10 grand. 50% a year. That's an easy number to understand, but it is going to take 5 to 10 minutes a day. Okay, so let's take a look. Here's the trade right now. I'm going to move over so you can see it. Buy one covered call, AT&T, 1 May 26. That is this Friday. The $26 call option. Okay, and here's the max profit, 26. Here is the cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, 2,574. Now, there's only 4 days left. Oh, sorry, 3 days left. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Well, that might not work. So we might have to go to next week. Remember I said simple, safe, predictable, and consistent? Remember I said weekly options? So I can do this trade on this stock every single week. Now, I prefer doing it on a Monday, because Monday you get the most amount of money. Because Monday morning to Friday afternoon is a full week. A full week is 100% of the week. So Monday's gone, Tuesday's gone. What do I got left? 3 days left. What does that come to? That's 60. I lost 40% of opportunity because I waited. However, if I do next week, now I have 8 days. Because tomorrow's Wednesday. We can't do anything about Monday and Tuesday. But tomorrow. So let's do one for this week. And we'll use the same stock and we'll do it for next week and take a look at the difference between the money. So write it down so you understand the difference between a 3-day option and an 8-day. All right, so that's the order right there. $26 the profit, $2,500 is the investment. We're going to need a calculator for this. If you get your calculator, grab it out, right? We take the profit, $26. Calculator, come on. All right, profit, $26. and we're going to divide it by the investment that we put into it. The investment is simple. Cost of the trade, including commissions and fees. It tells you right there. Do you remember the part where I said simple, safe, predictable? I know exactly what I'm going to make before I even do it. Now, the thing I like best about covered calls, I know exactly what it's going to be. Unlike buying, if you buy, you have to wait and wait and wait until the stock to move, then decide. I don't want to do that. I want to get in. I want to know what my profit is. I want to get out. And then next week I'll do the same thing. Okay? Because if you take a look at everything you have, look around you, everything you have, your laptop, your phone, your clothes, your house, everything, those are your assets. What do you have? Great, wonderful. What's the most valuable asset you have? You can't see it. It's time. Because I'm 62. How much longer do you think I got? 25, 30 years? That's it. Think about it. I get 25 more Christmases. Next year I'll have 24, and then 23, and then 22, and then 21, and then eventually it's like, this is not right. My time keeps ticking away. It's going to come whether you like it or not. If you take charge of your money now, when you get to my age, maybe you'll have more money than I have. I live comfortably. Okay? So back to where we were. So $26 is the profit on this particular trade. Now I'm going to divide that by my investment. Now it's an investment. Remember I said I'm never, ever, ever going to sell it for less than I paid for it? So I'm putting my $2,500 into my cash producing asset. And this week it's giving me 26 bucks. All right, what's that come to? Well, we divide it by the investment, 25.74, and that comes to a grand total of 1.01%. That's only for 3 days. Okay? 3 days. Well, what if we did next week's? Okay, well, let's do next week. See what that looks like. So we're going to hit edit, and we're going to do next week right here. See where it says 1 May? That's this Friday. I'm going to change it to 8 May because 8 May is next Friday. The beauty of it is every 7 days, I can bring in 1% every 7 days. And that's over 50% per year. Let's change it to 8 May. 8 May, there it is. Now let's take a look at this one. Ready? Here it is. Almost the same thing. Buy one covered call, AT&T, 8 May 26. The $26 call at the blank, whatever. So the profit on this one is $42. The investment is basically the exact same. It's the same stock, but I'm not selling this week's option. I'm selling next week's option. Because whether you like it or not, Friday is coming. Okay? You live for Friday, great. It's coming. So why not take all your money, put it into a little safe investment, and let it grow every single week? But the catch, and there's always a catch, you have to water it. You have to garden it. You have to tend to it. You got to take it for a walk. You have to pay attention to it. If you have a dog or a cat or even your children and you don't pay attention to them, what's going to happen? Yeah, not good. So, yeah, 5 or 10 minutes a day. It's easy. It was created for a 9-year-old. You know what? Let's do this. We haven't done this in a while, so let's do this right now. Wait a second. Let's do the math first, okay? So you see. All right, so the profit on this one, 42. So we're going to clear that out and put the 42 in. And it's this almost the exact same investment, 25.58. And this time, we're making 1.6%. Well, that's for a week and a half. 1.6. Now, I remember when CDs, certificate of deposits, were paying 1%. This is 1.6% for 1 week. Does that make sense? That's the question you should ask. First question, does it make sense? Buy AT&T, sell it for, this is the part that gets me that people don't really understand. I'm buying it, selling it for less than I paid for it, and still walking away with a profit. How the hell can you do that? Think about it. I'm buying it, selling it for less than I paid for it, and still walking away with a profit. All right, let's take a look at another one. Who do we have here? Hey, Lucky, dude, what are you doing up so late? I'm in Vegas, 3 hours behind you. So you're usually on in the Eastern Standard, but I'm glad you're here. Nice to see you there, Lucky. There we go. All right, so now, His broke. His daughter's broke now. He loses every trade. Hey, thank you, Travis. I love it when people chime in and they have nothing better to do but to pee on my parade, or attempt to anyway. Travis, you can say whatever you want, brother. Really, you can. I don't care. How you like that one? Okay, I read that one. Good, 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 good. Okay, Gen X, thank you. Nobody cares about your social ineptitude, old man. Thank you there, Nameless. Crybaby checking in, thank you. You lost 2,000, good for you. Okay. How can I make it grow? Simple. Don't take it out. All right, 1% a week is 52% simple interest. Now, simple interest means you're taking the money out every week. Compounded interest means you leave the money in there and it compounds week after week after week. So at the end of the year, compounded is about 64%. I'm going to show you something a little bit. Remind me a little bit later in the show, and I'll show you a compound interest calculator and how it can grow. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. ATT, yes, Mr. Green, I know that. I'm not interested. Say Greenwood, I'm not interested in the dividend. The only reason I want to take a look at the dividend is because, hold on, let me show you this. You'll like this. I'm going to show you this, and you're going to like it. Well, hopefully you'll like it. Copy that. Back to here, back to here, back to here, back to here. All right, and back to here, and there we go. All right, right behind me. This is a calendar, an EX dividend calendar. An EX dividend calendar tells you when dividend stocks are paying their dividend. Well, that's important, right? Well, here's something you may not know. Just before the stock pays the dividend, the stock has a tendency to increase in value. So I asked this question to a whole bunch of people, and 95% of them say the exact same thing. If you knew Caterpillar, CAT, Colgate, Palmolive, Hormel, Abbott Labs, AbbVie, Lowe's, Clorox, if you knew the stock was going to go up, what would you do? Would you buy the stock? Would you buy the option? Would you do a covered call? Would you do a calendar spread? Would you do an iron condor? What would you do? The information, knowing when a stock is going to move at a certain time, is valuable information. But what do you do with it? And the question is usually followed by the exact same answer 95% of the time. I would buy the stock. Why? You know the stock's going to move. If the stock moves up $1, options have a tendency to move up 3 times as much, 4 times as much. So I can get 1 to 10%, or I can get 50 to 100%. Leverage, knowing what you're looking at and knowing what to do with the information is very valuable. So back to the dividends. Now, I don't want to collect the dividend. I just want to know when it's going to be, because Clorox, Caterpillar, on the 20th is the dividend. I don't want to buy it there. I want to buy it 2 weeks before the dividend. I want to give it some room to move. So 2 weeks before the little green dot is when I want to buy. Only if the chart looks right. Remember, the first thing I look at is the chart. If the chart looks good, great, I'll do it. If the chart doesn't look good, next. Now, you may think that's not a good idea. There's not very money on there. Well, these are just the companies that have 2 decades of profits. Let me show you this. These are all the stocks that have dividends just in the month of April. Okay, you got like 20 there, got 131 right there. That's about another 23, 35 here. Nothing on Good Friday. About 15, 18 here, 4 here, 32 here, so on and so forth. Now, the importance of a dividend is the dividend is the portion of the profits the company gives you. So as the company's making more money, my dividends gets higher and higher and higher. But I'm not looking for the dividend. The dividend only tells me when to buy. Because here's the flip side. Stocks go up just before the dividend. Stocks go down after the dividend. So I don't want to collect the dividend. Okay? 4 dates to remember. You ready? Here we go. 4 dates. First date, the announcement date. That's when the company comes out and says, good afternoon, everybody. This is Jan from Dividend Stock Talk. This is how much money we made. This is how you're going to get yours. This is when you're going to get yours. This is how much you're going to get. This is going to be a wonderful future. It's just telling you what's going to happen. That's all it is. It's the announcement. No big deal. Date number 2, that's the important one. It's called the EX dividend date, represented by these little tiny green dots. Okay. Now I check every single week to see how many new stocks have they added. So as of this week, there's 11,034. 11,034 companies. Now half of them don't have dividends. So I'm only looking at 5,500. But 5,500, well, how many are consistently profitable for more than 10 or 20 years? Those are the ones I want. Any company can be profitable for 1 or 2 or 3 years. I want companies that are consistently profitable 10 to 20 years. Okay, stock market's been around for 400 years. So I'm looking for companies 10 years or 20 years or more profits. That's why. All right, so I forget where we were. Don't get old, it's no fun. First thing that goes to mind. Anyway, what do we have next? All right, Lucky, thank you for that. All right, what do we have over here? Oh, so anyway, Mr. Green, does that make sense? Because see, every 90 days, okay, there's 365 days in the year, 266 trading days, 4 quarters, January, February, March, first quarter, April, May, June, second quarter, July, August, September, third quarter, October, November, December, fourth quarter. The interesting thing about dividend stocks is the first quarter looks the exact same as the second quarter, which looks the exact same as the third quarter. Yep, and you guessed it right, the fourth quarter is the exact same. It's only 13 weeks, and then it repeats. 13 weeks, and then it repeats. 13 weeks, and then it repeats over and over and over again. I buy the same stocks over and over and over again. It's boring as hell. It's monotonous. It's the same thing over and over and over again. But you know what most people miss? It's consistent, it's predictable, and it's profitable. Even though the profit is small, small advances get you there faster. 1% a week is over 50% per year. So what else we got? All right, Mr. Green, you got that one? Travis, no, this is all wrong. Thank you there, Travis. He's a liar. Yay, thank you, Travis. Paid actor. Oh, I'm a paid actor. Believe it or not, Travis, I was an actor many years ago. I was in a couple of movies and a couple of commercials many years ago. I think it was in my 20s or so. That was like, holy shit, 40 years ago. He loses every trade. Absolutely. His daughter is broke now. Yay, wonderful. Thank you there, Mr. Green. In hunting for dividend stocks of 10 to 20 cents, ooh, that's going to be a tough one. Okay, so now we are coming up with a new trading strategy specifically for my grandson. Now, he's only 6 years old. Okay, 6 years old. How am I going to come up with a strategy for him? I did. I figured one out. And it has to do with conjunction with Robinhood, because Robinhood allows fractional shares. Because at 6 years old, if we give him $50, we're going to put $10 here, $10 here, $10 there. And as they move, he moves. So yeah, that we're going to be introducing in the next couple of weeks. We got a few more bugs to get out of the system. But thank you for your input. Ooh, Matthew wants to take a look at Dow. All right, we're going to look at Dow, then we're going to go over to TikTok and see what questions you guys have over here. I didn't forget you. I'm not neglecting you. It's just I can only do one at a time. Okay, so we finished up with YouTube. We finished up with Instagram. Now we're going to go to TikTok. Okay, so sit tight for a second after we look at Dow. I love this dividend guy causes all his haters are losers. I love haters. I really do. I love the fact that I can actually get under someone's skin so badly they have to go out of their way to give me their opinion of how crappy their life is. Because if you're not doing well, it's your own responsibility. The answers are out there. It was written over 2,000 years ago. Ask and you shall receive. Ask the right question, you'll receive the right answer. Seek and you shall find. Seek the right questions to get to where you want. The answer is there. Good day, James from Alls. It's a lovely day in Alls. It's the color of a different horse. That is, it is. All right, so let's take a look at, what one was it? Dow. We're going to take a quick look at Dow. I actually have some Dow. I do. All right, so we're going to get out of this. We'll go back to where we were. Now, Dow is one of those companies over 100 years old. I like it. But do you like it? It doesn't matter what I like, because I'm not investing your money. I'm investing my money. I'm not asking you to buy anything. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. If it makes sense, great. You want to have a call? Fine. Give me a call. I mean, send me a number. Where are we? Right there. Okay. These phones keep moving around. You like my setup? My setup is funny because here I got 4 iPhones and then an OBS camera. So I got 5 cameras, but I'm broadcasting, I think 9 or 10 different platforms. But at home, in my home studio, I have 8 iPhones. Seriously, I do. 8 iPhones because they're all going to a different channel. All right, anyway. Okay, so here's Dow. First thing, remember ABC 1, 2, 3. It's always going to be the same. I look at the 1-year chart first. What am I looking for? High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at it. Down, up, down, up. Right there, it's coming down. I don't want to do Dow. Let's zoom in. I'll show you why. Here's your last 30 days. 30-day high was 43. She dropped down to 34, back up. Now she's coming back down again. No, I like Dow. I do. But I wouldn't buy Dow now. I'd give it another week or two. See, after it drops, drops and turns around, goes back up again. Well, I'm waiting for this to drop. What's it going to do tomorrow? Okay, I want it to drop, find a new bottom, turn around. I like Dow, I do. But I'm going to put Dow on hold and wait a little bit, maybe a week or two. Great big screen. Yeah, this one's small compared to the one I have at home because I got a really cool one at home. So if you're interested, I go live Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Eastern Standard Time. Okay, I'm only here tonight because I'm in Vegas to do a couple seminars. I think, hey, while I'm here, let's do my show. I do it every night. All right, so thanks you guys. I'm going over to here to TikTok and see what they got to say. TikTok, what do you guys got? We're going to go all the way back to the beginning to where you guys signed up. Well, let's get rid of that. Oh, what's that? Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Why didn't you? What? Okay, let's send that one. Let's get out of there. Move all the way down. Sit tight, guys. Sit tight. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Wow, a lot of you guys here tonight. Holy cow. All right, here we go. Passport, art music. Big Daddy, I love music. Art music. Okay, Kenny. LW, Kelly. Oh, sorry, I'm blocking you guys. Now I'm going to block you guys. Sorry. J. Dell, Mad Manta, Goofy, Eddie, Romeo, Itty Bitty Kitty. Okay. Cynthia, Wolf, Lewis. Okay, oh, here we go. JR wants to take a look at Netflix. Yes, I do have some Netflix. Let's take a look. Now, Netflix I usually don't buy because Netflix doesn't have any dividends. But Netflix has an FLX. Netflix has what, over 100 million people watching, paying them every single month? Why the hell not? All right, so Netflix, same thing. High, low, where was it? Where is it? What's the motion? Up, down, up, down. Not this week, but hold on. Let's zoom into the last 30 days. What's happening right here? We get one gap up, we get one gap down. So let's zoom in. What's going on the last 30 days? 329, 329, 329. Right there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is right here. Here's your last 30 days. What I'm looking for specifically. 30-day bottom, 30-day top. Now she drops. We're right here now. New bottom right there. Today. Today is the new 30-day bottom. So what does that mean? That means I'm waiting for 2 days to the upside. Now, I could buy it today, or I should say tomorrow. No, actually today, because today's Wednesday. Traveling makes you look, traveling distorts your time. Okay. All right, so anyway, we're at the bottom today. Now, tomorrow, it could be lower. It could be high. It's a 50-50 shot. Now I'm looking for 2 days up. So tomorrow and then Thursday, maybe I'll jump in on Friday, but I'll have to go up tomorrow and then have to go up the next day before I jump in on Friday. I'm looking for 2 days up, and on the third day I'll jump in. Invert the camera. Okay, Prentice. I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell everybody who says that exact same question. Okay, if you go to my YouTube, you will notice I have over 2,000 videos. I've been doing this since 2011. All right? If there was a way that iPhone was able to invert the camera to conjoin with YouTube, don't you think I would have figured it out by now? Okay, I'm on 9 different channels. You just happen to pick the channel that is inverted because the camera doesn't support inverting it. Okay, but thank you for that. All right, so Netflix. I'm going to say no to Netflix for today because I'm waiting for it to turn. Remember, hit the bottom, turn around, go back up? That's what I'm waiting for. Don't get me wrong, I already have some. But if I'm going to jump in fresh, I want to make sure I hit the bottom and then she turns around and bounces up. So I am going to look at it tomorrow. I will look at it again, and I will look at it again. All right? But thank you there, JR. Madman Akoma, Mad Manta. Okay. I am late, but looking at Microsoft. Ooh, Microsoft is a dividend aristocrat. That's 25 years of increased profits. That means every single year, Microsoft makes more money, more money, more money. But it's not right to buy it every week. Okay, I'm looking for opportunity. MSFT. So I'm going to click this and count in your head how long it takes you. You ready? 1, 2, 3, go. High, low, was, is, up, down, up. That was quick, wasn't it? 3 to 4 seconds, all it takes. So let's take a closer look. Now, that was fine. Okay, up, down, up. Wonderful. What do the numbers look like? Because before I dive deeper into this, is it going to be financially appealing? What am I buying? What am I selling? What am I getting in return? So if I'm buying at 429, I want to do the 430s because that's the closest strike price. Let's move this over so we can see better. Okay. So if I buy it at 429, I'm going to sell the 430s, and that's going for 15 bucks. That's over 3%. Let's take a look at Microsoft. Okay. Now the numbers, remember rule 5, make sure all the numbers work. So if all the numbers are telling me that $15 is more than 1% of 430. 430, 1% of 430 is 430, $4.30. 430, 1%, $4.30. Just move the decimal point over. Remember, it was created for a 9-year-old. Don't make it more confusing than it needs to be. Adults have a tendency to make it complicated. You want to know why? Complication feeds the ego. You think the harder it is, you figured it out, you're making money. Great, you're super smart. A 9-year-old can figure. As a matter of fact, if you take a look at some of my videos, you'll see my 5-year-old grandson. He's 6 now, but when he was 5, I'd say, hey, little buddy, where's the high? He said, oh, Papa, it's right there. Hey, little buddy, where's the low? Oh, Papa, it's right there. A 5-year-old can see the high, the low, where is it? And then he can take his finger and go like this, up, down, up. There it goes, Papa, look, up, down, up. 5-year-old can figure that out. Stop making it more complicated than it needs to be. The powers that be make it complicated, make it seem like it has to be complicated to feed their ego so that you will say, I can't figure it out. Why can't you figure it out? High, low, was, is, up, down, up. That's it. Then look at the numbers. What am I buying? 429. What's the closest strike price to 429? 430. What is the 430 selling for? It's selling for $15.50. So let's zoom in and see what the last 30 days on Microsoft looks. And then you tell me, does that look like a good deal or not? Okay, here's the last 30 days. 30 days ago, high, low, was, is. She shoots up. Now she's going sideways. Now, sideways is not that bad because it's jumping into a new trading range. A trading range is right there between 410 and 435 and going sideways. Okay, great. The question you should be asking yourself, do I like Microsoft at 430? Am I willing to hold it and never sell at a loss? Now, there's a reason why I never sell a loss. We'll get that in a little bit once I get a few more questions under my belt. So let's check this one out as a possible trade. Let's get rid of this. Let's change this to covered call. There we go. The 430 is right there. And we're going to do just one contract just to give me an idea of what one contract is going to give me. If you can afford 5, 7, 12, good for you. But one at a time just to make sure you understand the numbers. All right, so let's go over it. By one covered call, Microsoft. 1 May, 430. 1 May, which is this coming Friday. The 430 strike price. Okay, it's going for $1,632. That's the profit. The profit is $1,632. Okay, great. So if I buy it at this price, sell it at this price, I'm getting $1,632 per week. Let's check out the rate of return. Rate of return, simple. Calculator, come out wherever you are. 1632, and we're going to divide that by, remember, we take the profit, divide it by the investment, 41,368. Okay, it's a big one. It's a $300 stock. What were you expecting? Okay, we're going to divide it by 41, 3, 6, 8. And that's going to give me a rate of return for 3 days, 3.9% for 3 days. Does that make sense? Okay, question 1, does that make sense? Question 2, do you like Microsoft at this price? Question 3, can you imagine yourself buying it and consistently selling a covered call every single week until your target is hit? What's your target? Well, if I'm buying it for $4.29, I want to sell it at $4.30. So if it drops, I'm not selling it. I'm going to sell another covered call, and then another, and then another. And I'm going to do it every single week until the stock goes above $4.30 and someone takes it away from me for $4.30. I get all my money back. But I can profit $1,600 every week. Think about it. Where's your money now? Your money's probably sitting in the bank, probably sitting in a CD, probably sitting in a 401k, sitting somewhere. If you're like anybody else, okay, you go to work, put your 40 hours in, a small portion of your money comes out every single week, and it goes where? It goes in your IRA. It goes into your retirement account. It goes somewhere. Who's in charge of it? Think about it. You can self-direct your own IRA. Just call them up, say, hey, I want to give this a try. But here's the thing. Never, ever, ever do that until you know how, which means paper trade. Paper trading is easy. It's the exact same thing, but it says big banner says this is not a real account. But same thing, 4 green houses, one red hotel. They're not real, but it gives you an idea. If I buy 4 houses in a row, one right next to the other, I can knock them down and put up a hotel. 4 green houses, 1 red hotel. Same thing. It's just paving the way to give you an idea of what's possible. So, Microsoft, I like that one. Worked out nice. That was a good pick. What do we have next? Let's get out of this. Let's get out of that. Let's get out of this. And let's go back to where we were. And let's take another question. What else do we got? What? All right. Netflix, we did that one. All right. Doug, I'm not doing oh my goodness. Politics. That's it. I'm not doing politics, Doug. Thank you. Lan, thank you. Thank you, Lan. JR, love my dial-up connection on my gateway computer. They used to sell those gateway computers in white boxes with cow spots on it and make it look like a cow. I don't know why. But yeah, dial-up modem. That's a good one there, JR. Oscar's house. Way to go. Cafe trade. That's my age. My son started with a Wall Street itching. Today he makes over $300,000 a year at 17 years old. Okay. Abraham, what's going on? Doug, is gold going up? Don't know, don't care. Carlos, Iren, I-R-E-N. Let's take a look, Mr. Carl, see what we look like. I-R-E-N, and here we go. You ready? The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Where is it going? No, thank you. Carlos, don't get me wrong. Every stock has a time and a place. Okay, Iren. Okay, she bought him down here 30 days ago. 30 jumped up to 55. Let me zoom into that so I can show it to you, Carlos. You get a better idea. All right, Carlos, this is the last 30 days. 30 days ago, we're at $30. We jumped up to 54. $30 to $54 is $14. That's a tiny bit shy of a 50% increase. Do the math. 50% increase. Now ask yourself this question and don't bullshit yourself. If you bought a stock and it jumped up 50%, would you keep it or would you sell it? Good question, isn't it? It went from 30 to 54. It's not a profit until you take it. It looks good on paper, went 30 to 54, but it's not a profit, Carlos, until you take it. And guess what? If you don't take it, someone else will, and then the stocks drop. So you may like Iren, great, but at this moment, I wouldn't be buying it because it already jumped up almost 50%. Now it's dropping. What goes up must come down. Wasn't that Three Dog Night back in the 70s? What goes up? Oh, here from Clearwater. Thanks, JR. Must come down. Jay Nizzle. Where do I buy one of those t-shirts? Hey, Jay Nizzle, you want to hear something funny? Now, we decided to do because we want to do the Route 66 road trip from California, come back to Florida. So what we did, we said, oh, let's do some seminars while we're out there. When we get a shirt, to take the shirts with us. It was $300 to ship 30 shirts from Florida to California. So he said, no, let's not overnight them. Let's send them regular mail. So regular mail is going to be 3 days. So 3 days later, we call and say, hey, where's my shirts? Oh, we haven't shipped them out yet. That's like, if you want one, DM me. I'll get you all the information. We'll send one out with the size and the color that you want. Okay? And no, I'm not trying to sell him. He asked me a question. Okay, so don't give me no crap. You ask me a question, I'm going to answer it. Kodak, Jay Nizzle, you got to give me the ticker symbol. So Jay Nizzle, ooh, banks. What about Lehman Brothers? Lehman Brothers went bankrupt. Okay, here's an interesting story you may or may not know. The very first dividend stock was created in 1602. 1602, very first dividend stock. That company created an 18% annual rate of return for 198 years. They went bankrupt for the specific reason: mismanagement and corruption. You give people money and you give people power, they will abuse it and everything folds. Same thing happened with, who was that? Lehman Brothers. Okay, Jay Nizzle. I can't look at Kodak because you got to give me the ticker symbol. Some stocks won't off the top of my head because I trade them consistently. I don't trade Kodak for some strange reason, but there's a good reason though. I don't know what it is at the top of the moment, but it is what it is. Jay Nizzle, I'm going to disagree with you yet again, only because I'm going to read his question and then I'm going to answer it, and you'll see what I mean. All right. Jay Nizzle says specifically, your stock price goes up and you don't have to pay taxes on it until you sell. Yes and no. Depending on how your account is set up. If you've got your account in your own personal name, congratulations. You just personally volunteered to pay the absolute highest tax rate there is. Okay? Now, if you create an LLC in a state, Delaware, Wyoming, North Dakota, Nevada, so on and so forth, that has no corporate taxes, guess what? You can make all the profits you want, and there's no taxes on corporate income. Then if you live in a state where there's no personal income tax, such as Florida, Texas, there's a few other ones, but I have my corporation in Delaware. I live in Florida. So guess what? My corporation, zero taxes. Now my personal income, zero taxes in the state of Florida. It all depends on how you have your account set up. And don't ask me, you need to talk to a tax strategist. Seek professional help on that. I'm not talking about psychiatrists. Professional help. If you have your account set up in a manner in which there are no taxes, you don't have to pay taxes on it. You can also put it in an IRA, a Roth IRA, and not pay taxes. It's all on how you get things set up. La 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 la. Okay. Doug, in TOS desktop, how do we know when a trade has ran out of value so we can roll early? Doug, it's always the same question. What did I buy? What did I sell? Where is it? Where is it going? And what should I do next? So if I bought the stock here at 32 and I caught my 1 or 2% and I rolled it up to here, eventually at some point, it doesn't make sense to hold it anymore because the market maker will no longer give you enough money. You let him take it away, you get all your money back. I never, ever, ever saw a loss. I did about 3,500 trades last year. I made 2 losses. The year before, about 3,500 trades, I had 4 losses the year before. This year, we're in March, April. When you're retired, you have lose track of days. We're in the end of April. I have 0 losses this year. And I have 7 accounts, 0 losses. Okay? I'm not looking to make big swings. I'm not looking to shoot for the fences. I'm not looking for that holy grail, lovely pass, make it grand. No, I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for 1% every single week. Okay? Big risk, big reward. Sometimes it works. Prentice, all good, just trying to help. Thank you. Kodak does not pay a dividend. That's probably why I don't know the ticker symbol. Because if it's not going to share if it's not going to share the profits with me, why would I buy it? Might be the greatest company in the world, but why would I buy it? It's a question. Okay? I'm retired. Every dollar I invest has to bring me back something. If the company's not paying a dividend, why am I buying it? And don't give me that future growth crap. I already told you I don't do that. I look for something that shares the profits, and there's plenty of them out there. There's 11,034 different companies. Why would I invest in a company that does not share their profits? It's a simple question. Okay, Jay Nizzle, hope that helped you out in that question. Okay, depending on how you have your account set up will depend greatly on how much taxes or how little taxes you pay. All right, Stacy, how you doing, Stacy? Texas Commando, cool. Jay Nizzle, wait, Gen X, how old are you? Dude, I'm 60. I'm in my 60s, okay? How do you know when to cut a loss of stock? Hey, Frillo, I told you earlier, I don't ever sell for a loss. To me, it makes no sense. If I only invest in companies that are consistently profitable and consistently increasing their dividends every year, why would I sell at a loss? I've been investing since the 1990s. I've never, ever used a stop loss. Never. What year did you become a CFP? I never said that I was, did I? Beth, good evening, Miss Beth. How are you today? Daniel, Richard, the closer, real world chiclets. Ciclets, ooh. Oh, shit. You can see the future. No. The closer, more money. Sonny Funny, you said you were in a hotel. I think I saw a video that you were coming to Burbank. Are you in California? You saw that video last week. I was in Burbank last week. I'm in Vegas this week. So I got a couple of days off. We're gonna do a live seminar on Thursday. Okay, then we're going to the Grand Canyon. We might hit New Orleans, and then a few other touristy stuff we want to see. Right? No. He never sells. No. I did not say I never sell. What I said, listen specifically. If I bought IREN down here at 30 and I sold a $30 call option, I sell someone the right to buy it from me at a certain price by a certain date. I will consistently capture 1% every single week until the market maker no longer gives me 1%. At that point, I will let it go at the exact same price I paid for it. I'm not looking for capital appreciation. I'm not looking for the stock to go up. I could care, I'm going to say it really slow. I could care less if the stock goes up. I'm not looking for capital appreciation on the stock. I'm looking to capture the premium. This week, the premium on IREN, the 44 is going for $2.30. Sorry, $2.03. That's over 4% for 1 week. Okay, 4% for 1 week. I can do it 50 times a year. Why would I want to capture the dividend? Why would I want to hold it? Why do I care if it increases? I don't. I just care what that number is. It either works or it don't. What am I buying? What am I selling? What is it giving me? Is that more than 1%? And we can't forget the most important one. Do I even like the company? Because I never buy something I'm not willing to hold on to long term. So if I don't like the company, I'm not even going to bother with it. And if it doesn't look right, which it doesn't, because 30 days ago was the time that I should have bought it, it jumped up, now it's coming down. And guess what? In about 2 or 3 weeks, it's going to be down here, probably turn around, go back up again. Because that's all they do. They go up, they go down. Stocks do not come to your house and take the dogs for a walk. They don't come to your house and make the bed, tuck you in, put those little candies on your pillows. No, stocks go up, stocks go down. That's it. They go up until they're done. They go down until they're done. And then they repeat the process. Up, down, up, down. That's it. Okay? Yes, Sunny Funny. I was in Burbank last week. I'm in Vegas this week. Next week, I'll probably be in New Orleans. Tim, what's going on, Miss Tim? Jeff, if the stock continues to climb, when do you sell? I sell when the market maker doesn't give me 1% or more. Because if I bought at 30, okay, and I get one up right now, it's going to give me like 2%, 3%. Once it goes up, the percentage I get decreases. At some point, it's not going to be 1% anymore. I let it go, and then I move on to the next one. You got to remember, there's 11,034 companies. They're all doing the exact same thing. They are striving to make more money this year than they did last year. I've never, ever, ever encountered any CEO who says, yeah, we're looking to make less money this year. No, everybody wants to do better than they did last year. So if so many hiccups, yeah, indigestion is what that is. So as the stocks go up, eventually they go back down. So if it's going up, don't you think I should ride it up and then get rid of it once it tops off? And then after it comes back down again, jump back in. It's like a roller coaster. It goes round and round. You ever see the horses? They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, but they go round and round and round. Think about round and round. It takes 13 weeks for it to go around. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. It's interpretation. How do you look at it? How do you interpret it? What do you think's going on? Stocks go up, stocks go down. I make my 1%, I jump onto the next one. Make my 1%, I jump onto the next one. I make my 1%, I come back to this one. It's the same stocks over and over again. They go up, I get rid of them. They come down, I jump back in. They go up, I get rid of them. They come back down, I jump back in. A 9-year-old can understand this. Why is it that adults want to make it more confusing? It boggles my mind. It does. I got a few stocks of it. Okay. Why don't you choose more than 1% if you have the opportunity? Because greed is going to kick you in the butt eventually. See, if I bought this and I said, I'm not going to jump out until it jumps up 5%. Well, what if it only jumps up 4%? Then I'm stuck. 1% is easy. 1% is consistent. 1% I can do every single week. 1% is 50% per year. I am perfectly happy with 50% per year consistently. Let's go to the next question. Next question. All right. Fairly. Okay, how you doing? In a hotel. Yeah, for this week, yeah. Not that you needed to. Thank you, WT Wits, Jojo. Okay. Crypto is garbage. Thank you there, closer. Jay Nizzle. Now, see, I wouldn't say crypto is garbage because whether we like it or not, it is coming. The digital dollar is coming, whether you like it or not, whether you agree or not. They've already signed legislation years ago. If you look at the beginning of the year, a lot of banks have switched over to crypto, or have switched over to digital. We were in Vegas and said, oh, no, we don't take cash. We don't take cash. What is a credit card? A credit card is digital. Okay? So, yeah, I'm doing crypto eventually because I want to control my own money. Because the credit cards, I got to pay a fee on it every week. So, yeah, I want something that I can control. Graspy, thank you for that, Graspy. That's so sweet of you. It's not to make money. Absolutely. Thank you there, Crispy. Yes, I actually have some Trump coins, believe it or not. Long calls are good also. Closer, I'm going to disagree with that. Okay, 80% of all options expire worthless. So let's look at something for a second. Okay? If I get into that, it's going to distract from what we're doing. But I don't buy calls because most call options expire worthless. I'm an option seller because they all go to zero eventually. So, where are we next? So, yeah, I don't do long calls because not only does the stock have to go up, the value to get equal to the strike price that you're buying, it also has to increase past the amount of money you paid for it. Let me give you an example. Right now, we're at 44. Okay, so let's open this up a little bit. Okay, so if I'm going to buy it tomorrow, it says 45.15. So if I do the 45.50s, right, if I buy the stock, okay, and the stock goes up $1, okay, what's $1 on a $45 stock? Not a whole heck of a lot. We got the calculator, so let's figure it out. The calculator will tell me $1 divided by the strike price, 45, that's a rate of return of 0.02. 0.02. Now, let's take a look at the option. So if I buy the 45 option, I'm gonna pay 191 for it. All right, I'm gonna pay 191 for the option. Then the option, if the stock goes up $1, I make 0.02% on the stock. But the option jumps up 53. So what is 53 on a 191 purchase? Well, let's find out. Okay, 53 divided by 191 equals 27%. So the $1 move in the stock is giving me 0.02% in the stock appreciation, but the option goes up $1. The stock goes up $1. It's equal to the delta of the option, and the delta on the option is 53. So every dollar the stock goes up, the option goes up 53. Huge difference between stocks and options. And the further you go out, the more it's going to cost. The more it's going to cost, the option value, that decreases the premiums you're going to collect in the percentages. It's always a numbers game, and that can be confusing as hell. That's why I'm only teaching one strategy. So I don't buy options, I only sell them. Okay. Thomas, I have 200 a week to put in what sector, or how would you invest that? Education, Thomas. Seriously, education. Learn first. Learn the first easiest one. The easiest one is the covered call. It's simple, it's easy, it's quick. Becky, how you doing, Becky? Hello. What else we got? Full day, man. How are you? HK Mike, how's it going? Sunny Funny. Are you doing an event in Burbank? Sorry, dude. Already did the event in Burbank. Next event is going to be in Vegas. You can either come and do it live, or you can join online, one or the other. Lion Spam. Okay, hey. Have you seen Poet past week? No. What the hell is Poet? If I say what the hell is this, usually is going to be a no. So let's take a look at Poet. P-O-E-T. Hell no. Okay? This thing with the high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Remember the part where I said consistent? Does that do that consistently? No, this is the last year. It only did it once. Simple, safe, predictable, and consistent. Can you predict that? No, you cannot. Does that happen consistently? No, it doesn't. So it's a no. See, it's a no right off the top. I like consistency. I like predictability. Remember, I'm 62. I'm retired. I have no desire to add to my vocabulary. Good afternoon. Welcome to Walmart. Will that be paper or plastic? No, I don't want to do that. I don't have the luxury of being wrong. I don't have the luxury of making speculative bets. So no, if it's not consistent, not predictable, and doesn't have 2 decades of consistent profits, it's a no. That's it. You want to do it, more power to you. Church, what's happening? Byman, Huss, Thomas, what's best besides watching you book to read on options? That's a good question. Uh-oh, I got to switch something here for a second. Give me a second. I don't want that to be out. Let's get this one over here. I need to plug. I only brought 4 plugs with me, and I got 5 phones. So I gotta plug this one in before it goes out on me. Here we go. Oh, there it is. Ooh, there. Come on, where we go? Where we got? Right there. Right there. There we go. And is that right? I don't know. Give me a second. Yep. That is right. All right. We'll get to those questions in a minute. All right. Leave that out of my way. Yeah. Getting my setup. I don't have a normal setup. Who else has 5 cameras and 11 or however many. All right. Ava, don't do that, Ava. Okay, what is this? All right, Ava, it's not something nice to do, okay? All right, we'll look at Macy's in a little bit. All right. Thank you, Thomas. The closer wants to take a look at SoFi. I'm going to look at SoFi because you asked. But I'm also going to tell you I don't buy SoFi. SoFi doesn't pay decent dividends, so no. It's going to be a no anyway. Get your high here, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up, down. Check out that area. That's the last 30 days. That's last week. What happened? What happened? What happened? Okay. High, low. Where was it? Where's the list? Up, down. Not this week. Sorry. Lift nicely. Besides being a stock guru, you seem to be a really cool guy to know through life. I have what you call wisdom. And wisdom is not something you can buy. Wisdom is something you earn. And you know how you earn wisdom? By doing stupid shit and failing a lot. The only way you're going to learn is fall flat on your face. The more you fall flat on your face, the more you learn. The more you learn, the wiser you become. The wiser you become, the more wealthy you become because you know what not to do. Now, I can tell you what to do and I can tell you what not to do, but it's up to you to follow along. When I was younger, I thought I knew everything. And then I fell flat on my face over and over and over again. It takes time to learn. It takes time to figure out what's right and what's wrong. Me telling you something doesn't mean shit until you agree to believe it. And that's a choice you got to make. But thank you for that. I'm going to take that as a compliment. Thank you. Real Word Cichlids. Just found you tonight. Been looking for a safe way to get started. I have some cash but no experience. Now, okay, for that, just for you, I'm going to show you something because I get bitched and moaned at all the time. So let's check this out. We're going to go here. We're going to go here and there. And 1 second, you're going to love this. Oh, I got to go back. Who said that? Who said that? Okay, Real World Cichlids. You ready? This is my website. Do your research. 10MinuteTrader has been a live, active website for over 15 years. I want to go to the burger right here, come down to where it says weekly trades. Not that I'm going to show you my trades. I'm just going to show you this right here, my social media. YouTube, to be specific. YouTube, there we go. Okay, as you can see, live. We get one camera live here, another camera live right here. That's not what I wanted to show you. We're going to click on the video. See this? 2,000 videos. And no, they're not AI generated. I've been standing in front of the camera since 2012, I think my first video was. 2011 was my first blog post. For 2012 was my first video. So we're going to go to videos. Then we're going to go to the oldest videos. And we're going to show you the princess. Here she is right here.
Hi, I'm JC, and me, as you being part of my internet website company, which my dad...
Remember my 9-year-old daughter wanted to teach you? This is where she's 11. We've been doing it for 3 years here. And behind her is the calendar. They didn't have one back then. We had to do it on a whiteboard. Okay. Okay, and this is me 18 years ago. Look at that hair. Oh my God, there's no gray at all. Look at it now. Oh, yes, time waits for no one. Here's my favorite part. You ready? Yeah. I'm showing you this for 2 reasons. Number 1, that was my 9-year-old daughter. Number 2, I was acting goofy because how else are you going to keep a 9-year-old entertained? Teaching them money, numbers, math, all that stuff for the fun of it? No, I had to make it fun for her. So simple, safe, predictable, consistent. That's JC. She's never stood in front of the camera live, but she said she might this week. So I actually flew her from Florida to Vegas. She just got here today. We were out gallivanting today, and she might stand in front of the camera on Thursday. So you might. She's a little camera shy. All right, so just found you. Yep, simple, safe, easy, all that kind of stuff. Hold on, you guys. Hey, Cause and Astra, dude, what are you doing up so late, brother? All right, so let's get out of that. We don't need to see that anymore. Yep. And we don't need to see that anymore. So let's go back to that there, put that there, put that there. I have a certain way of setting this up. Okay. Let's get out of there. Okay, back to where we were. So I've been doing this for a very long time. Okay. I'm not trying to sell anyone anything. I'm building an empire for my children and my grandchildren because I'm not delusional thinking I'm going to last forever. So all these videos we're going to download onto our own little video vault so that when I'm gone, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren will have something to know about me. And if you check me out online, you'll see I have a whole bunch of different interests. This is not the only thing I do. I do a whole bunch of stuff because I grew up dirt-ass poor, which means I had to learn everything myself. Electrical, plumbing, masonry, carpentry, lumberjacking. Yep, I was a lumberjack, believe it or not. I was a fisherman. I was a lobsterman. I did almost everything you can think of. And yes, I'm going to make videos of everything because when I am gone, what is my children, my grandchildren going to have? Who are they going to have to go to? Oh, wait a second. Papa G knows. Let's go check out what he did. Okay, so I'm creating a video library for my children, my grandchildren. So I'm going to spend the next 20 years or so creating a video library. And this, making money, is just one of them. All right, so let's keep on going. Just found you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Dodie, what's happening, Dodie? Nice to see you. Escazar, hello. Real world cichlids. I have no experience, but sorry, but have cash, and this looks doable. Are there some videos where I can watch and learn? Yeah, I just showed there's over 2,000. But I tell you what, I'm here every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night. Come, show up, ask questions. Paper trade. That means it's kind of like Monopoly. You're doing the same things, but paper trade. Save your money, put your money someplace safe. Okay? When you're ready to put real money in, you will know. Seriously, you will. There'll be a little voice in the back of your head. You're ready, you're ready, you're ready. And then it'll get louder and louder and louder. Don't put money in until you know what you're doing. It's great, it's wonderful, it works. Okay? But don't take the risk until you know something. And especially don't do margin until you understand the risk that comes with margin. Almost every one of my accounts is a margin account, which means I'm borrowing someone else's money to trade with. Think about it. I'm borrowing someone's money at 8%. I'm making 50%. It means I'm making 42% free money. Because someone said, you know what? I could go for 8%, and they lent me money at 8%. Great, that works for me. I will borrow as much money as people will lend me. As a matter of fact, I can guarantee you 20%. You want to lend me money? I'll give you 20% on your money. Or I can show you how to make 20%. One or the other. Doesn't matter to me one way or the other. Okay, but real world cichlids. You should, if you like cichlids, you should see my fish tank, brother. You'll love it. It's awesome. Yes, I used to be a manufacturer. I manufactured aquarium exhibits. That being said, drop me your number. I'll give you a buzz and we can chat. I promise you I won't sell you anything. And definitely don't listen to this guy here where it says 10-minute trader host. That ain't me. Because when I say I don't do those things, there are people pretending to me that act to be me and actually come here to scalp names. So if you get an email, a text, a WhatsApp, a link, any kind of electronic communication from me, yeah, it ain't me. I'm just telling you the truth. It ain't me. Send me your number. I will personally call you, and we'll go from there. Hello. Hope you had a great day today. Yes and no. How you doing today, Bree? Mike, how's it going? Real world cichlids. How much do I need to get started? Now, real world cichlids. Remember I told you about my grandson? Well, we're starting a new program specifically for grandparents and grandchildren. Okay? Only because I'm a grandparent. So you do what you know. You know what I mean? So he's 6 years old now. We're starting out a brand new account so everybody can follow. We're starting him out with $50. And every week, me, the wife, my son, my daughter-in-law, and her parents, that's 6 of us. Okay, 4 grandparents and 2 parents. 6 of us. We should take our spare change. Look at this. I got 75 cents right here from today. So that 75 cents I'm going to throw into the jar. And once a month or once a week, when my grandson comes over, we count up all that money. We say, great, we have this much money to invest this week. And then he invests. Okay, we're actually creating, we're going to use Robinhood because they allow fractional shares. and we're going to create, well, we've already created an app that goes on your phone that shows you which companies are paying dividends. Okay, so all you can just take a look at the apps. Oh, IBM, AT&T, Home Depot, great. I'll get this one. And if you only get $10, great. You can buy $10 worth of Home Depot. As it goes up, great. Take the profits, go to the next one. Because every single week there's a different company moving. That's it. Stocks have a tendency to go up in value just before the dividend. So when you know the dividend date, the EX dividend date, you know when to start buying. All right, next question. La la la. Spinning wheel was blood, sweat, and tears. Yep. Thank you there, that guy. Spinning wheels, got to go round. Oh, we finished with all the questions on this one. So let's go to the other TikTok channel and get those questions. Yes, I got 2 TikTok channels, 3 YouTube channels, 1 Instagram, 1 LinkedIn, 1 Rumble, 1 Twitter, 1. There's a couple more. Rumble, I just said Rumble. This is about, I think it's 9 or 11. All right, so what do we have over here? Wow, coming all the way back to the beginning. Simba the King! Wow, all the way back to the beginning. Uh-oh. Oh, there's a lot of questions here. Alrighty. Sherry, Mohammed, Jakaris, Cliff, Below, Samik, Diego, Brian, Sasha, Andy, Baldor, what's that? Baldoro, cool name, dude. John Mitchell, Damon, Junior Rivera, Quick Cap, Rose, Boston Punk, Brad, Blake, Michael, Jam, Frank, John, Jason, On Fire, Pray and Play. Okay. Garris, Peagal. Okay, wow, you got all these people showing. Carson, the U, Dalton, Conifer. Uh-oh. Too much talking. All right. Let's get down to the questions. Do your own finance. Howie, Senny, Urzo, John, David, Oscar's house. Trillion, bro, I bought TSLY. Now it's coming to down. Yep. Okay, let's check it out. TSLY. Ooh. Okay, so unfortunately, I really can't help you out because rule number 4, weekly options only. Okay? May, June, August, November, January. Those are months of the year. Now, I don't want to be, I don't know the exact word for it, but here's the thing. There's only 12 months in the year. That's it, 12. If I'm getting 1% from each trade, I'm making 12% for the year doing monthlies. I don't do monthlies for the specific reason is it just doesn't pay me enough. 1% a month is 12% at the end of the year. 1% a week is 52% of the year. I don't do monthlies. They just don't pay the same. Okay? But here's the thing. I don't know what you bought it for, but here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Went up, down, up, down, up, down. What's happening now? Let's zoom into the last 30 days because the last 30 days is going to give me a good idea of what I can expect next. So 30 days ago, 29.50. We bottomed out at 27, shot up to 31.50. Back down to 28.50. Now we're going back up. Up, down, up, down, up. What do you think it's going to do next? Think about it. Up, down, up. So we got some space to go. So depending on where you bought it would be dependent upon what to do next. Now, the other reason I don't do monthly options. You ready? Let's open this up a little bit better so you can see a better idea. Okay, this is the last 30 days. Okay, 30 days ago. She went down, she went up, down, up, down, up. Great. Now, tell me, where is it going to be in the next 30 days? That's why I don't do monthlies. Trying to figure out where is it going to do in the next 30 days. Yeah, no thank you. Next 5 days, I'm thinking somewhere around here. next 5 days. Because 5 days is easy because you can have something to measure it by. Only 5 days. 5 is a hell of a lot easier than this. And here's the other thing. Okay, let's take a look at that option. Okay, let's go back over here. Okay, this one is for 16 days, which is right around 3 weeks. I know it's not 16 days, but here's the thing. Okay, 7 days is 1 week, another 7 is 2 weeks, and you get some left over, so that's 3 weeks. Okay, so 3 weeks, the 29. Wait a second. Why does that say TSL1 and TSL1, 26? Why are we looking at the 6s? That's not right. That makes more sense. Okay, so we're currently at 29.20. Okay, the 29 is going for 30 cents. If I buy it at 29.32 and I sell it at 29, I'm losing 32 cents. You take 32 cents off of that, what are you making? Negative numbers. Okay, I don't like monthlies because these numbers never work out in my favor. I'm terribly sorry, brother. I can't help you out, TSLY. I don't do monthlies because they just don't make sense for me. They're just not as profitable as the weeklies are. What will happen with TSLY? I really can't tell you because it looks like, up, down, up, down. Now it looks like it's going up. How far up? I don't know. Cranky Moore, 1% a week compound is 67 a year, but I don't want to make you lose viewers explaining it. No, Cranky, you're 100% right because there's a difference between simple interest and compounded interest. And thank you for reminding me because we're going to take a look at the compound interest calculator in about 2 seconds because I'm almost done with these questions over here. So, Cranky Moore, sit tight. And as soon as I'm done with these questions over on TikTok, remind me. I'm going to show you the compound interest calculator. It didn't exist before. I had to create it myself. I say sell everything, your crypto, stocks, house, car, wife, pants, everything. Why? Explain to me why. If you can give me a good reason to sell everything, number one, what do I do with all that money? And number two, what do I do next? Because if I sell everything, now I have a whole bunch of dollars. Dollars depreciate every single year. So if I sell everything now, what I'm selling is going to slowly depreciate. But if I invest it, well, then that's going to increase. I'm just kidding. Don't mind me. All righty. Let's see what other questions we have. Jay Blaze, what's safer to invest in, metals or stocks? Now, Jay Blaze, I know absolutely nothing about you. Absolutely nothing. So I can't really tell you what is safer for you. For me, I like companies. I like companies specifically that have been around for over 100 years. You want to know why? Here's a good reason. Ready for this? In the last 100 years, we've seen World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, the crap in the Gulf. We've seen economic crises such as the Great Depression, the stock market crash of 29, 78, 2000, 2008, 2021, and 2025. We've seen all that crap, yet we have companies like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Procter & Gamble, Home Depot, Lowe's, consistently increasing their profits year after year after year. Ooh, look at that. I got a bouquet of flowers. Woohoo! Thank you. Who's that title? All right, thank you. That was very nice. Thank you. So think about it. The last 100 years, we've seen a lot of crap. Why would I invest in a company that hasn't weathered the storm? Now, granted, it might be, oh, look at it. I got some more over there too. Woohoo! Thank you there. So as the years go by, more and more crap happens. The stock market has increased on average 10% every single year over the last 100 years. It goes up, it pulls back, goes up, pulls back, goes up, pulls back. But over the last 100 years, average at 10% a year. I'm perfectly okay investing in companies that have been consistently profitable, that have been around for 50, 60, 70, 90, 100. Consolidated Edison has been around for 200 years. They must be doing something right. Who sang that song? I must be doing something right. I just made you. Okay, what do you got? Joseph, hot mess. Yep. That's a no. I love it. Hot mess. Thank you there, hot mess. All right, let's keep on going. Let's keep on keeping on. Got to make the best of. I forget who sang that song. The 70s and 80s was so full of wonderful music. You come up with a couple of words, I can probably get a song that went with it. All right, what do we got? That's a no. I love it. Jennifer, how are you? Oh, Skippy. Oh, I missed a lot of these questions. Holy shit. Who said that? Brandy, you really think I'm 67? You're definitely off my Christmas card list. Wow, that hurt. 67. Ouch. All right. Right. Hold on. Dave, it's been a while since I've been on Clorox, ASO, and Comcast. Ooh, wait a minute. Comcast is not a dividend king. ASO, I don't think so, but Clorox, CLX, is a dividend king, but they're monthly. I don't do monthlies. Let's take a look at ASO. You want to take a look at ASO? Let's take a look. All right. ASO, tra-la-la. There we go. Academy Sports is going to be a no. Not because I don't like it, not because it doesn't fit, because it's dropping. Okay, remember I said stocks go up, stocks go down, stocks go up, stocks go down, stocks go up, stocks go down. Let's zoom into the last 30 days. Because the last 30 days gives me an idea of what is it doing next. Remember? 30 days. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down. What do you think it's going to do next? As soon as it finds the bottom, she's going to go up. Look, the pattern. Up, down, up, down, up, down. It's like a seesaw. Remember those in elementary school? What goes up must come down. Spinning wheels. Comcast on my list first week. Wait a minute. CMCSA. CMCSA. Now, Comcast was incorporated in 1964. They have over 60 million customers paying them every single month. Why isn't it on your list? 60 million customers paying them every single month. All right. High, low, was, is. Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down. What's happening right there? Looks like she's Looks like she's getting ready to turn around. Well, let's zoom in. What do you think? Look really close. 30 days ago, we're at 28.50. We dropped down to 27.50, shot up to 30, dropped down, gapped up, made a new high right there. What happens when you gap up and have a new high? Profit taking, exactly. She dropped like a rock. That was last week, Friday. Monday was the bottom. Today was 1 day higher. That's 1 day right there. I want 2 more days and I'm jumping in. Because look, this is the new bottom. 30-day high, bottom. Now she's going to go back up again. If you like it. What do you think, Dave? That makes sense? Look. Down, up, up. It's getting ready to go back up again. That's the way it looks. Now, I don't jump into anything until I see 2 days to the upside. Do you always sell at the money? Does that stock called right away? Lucky? I'm going to say this to you again, Lucky. Now, you've been here for a while, and I've been sharing things with you, okay? When I buy a stock, let's say I buy IBM at $100, I sell someone the right to buy it from me at $100, and they pay me more than 1% as a premium. Why wouldn't I sell it at $100? The only thing I'm looking for, Lucky, is a consistent 1%. So if I buy it at 100, sell it at 100, pick up 1% on the premium for the option, yeah, I'm going to sell it for the exact same price. Why not? I'm not looking to keep getting stocks. If it goes down, I'll hold on to it. If it goes up, I'll let it go. I'm not looking to get married. I don't want to marry a new stock. I tried that married thing. It didn't work for me. What else do we got? Marabella, what's happening? Tree Warrior. Ooh, Tree Warrior. I have me some SMR. I do. Let's look at Comcast for a second because the possibility is there. Look, 30-day high, drop down. There's your 30-day bottom. It dropped from 32 down to 27. It always bounces up after a big drop like that. So let's try it at the 27.64, which would be 28, the closest strike price to the price I'm paying for, 27.64. is going to be the 28th. Now for this week, it's only paying 16. Now, next week, I don't want the 15th, I want the 8th. Not the 15th, I want the 8th. There we go. So next week's 28th, stock is at 27.64, closest strike price, 28. Well, it's selling for 35 cents. 35 on a $28 stock is more than 1.25%. Well, let's see what it looks like. Do you ever say anything about the seminar in Burbank? Sonny, funny, I told you already, we already did the seminar in Burbank. Okay? The next seminar that we're doing is going to be in Vegas. That's why we're here in Vegas today. Okay, I got a couple of days off to enjoy the Vegas sun. I don't gamble, but you know what? I sit in my hotel and just chill and relax and do nothing. The nice thing about doing nothing is I don't have to mow the lawn. I don't have to take care of the plants. I don't have to walk the dog. I don't have to do anything. Sit here and watch TV and just do nothing. It's wonderful. But I do have the seminar coming up on Thursday, so I got to do that. You missed it. Sorry. I was advertising over and over and over again. Okay. All right. So next question. SMR. Let's check it out. So wait a minute. We're doing Comcast. Hold the phone. Time out. Let's do Comcast and see if it makes sense to you. You ready? Here we go. Comcast. Let's get rid of this. Okay. The 28th. Let's do the covered call right there. The 28th. Not for this week because we only get 3 days. Oh, 2 days. See, look at that. Only 2 days left. Yeah. No, thank you. Next week. The 28th. Right there. Okay, one contract. There it is. And here's Johnny. Johnny, tell him what he's won. Well, Bill, here we go. We got Comcast. One contract, Comcast. 8 May 26. That means this option is going to expire next Friday. So whatever happens, if I buy it tomorrow, sell the option, whoever buys that option from me, they have the right, not the obligation. That means I can't do anything with it. And I'm okay with that because I'm picking up $73 per contract. So if I get one contract, it's $73. If I get 10 contracts, it's $730. If I get 1,000 contracts, it's $7,000, so on and so forth. Okay, so fine. So 73 is the profit, 2,700 is the investment. Let's see the calculator. What rate of return is that? Because I'm only looking for 1%. Whoa, I don't want that big. Okay, profit, $73. Try that over again. 73. I'm going to divide it. Okay, hold on. 27. Okay, 27 equals. No, see, I have a touch screen. Doesn't always work, so it didn't work out right. So let's try it again. 73 divide 2,727. That gives me a rate of return. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? I said, who's there? Okay. 2.6 for 1 week. 2.6. Now, if 1% every week is 50% a year, 2% a week is over 100% a year. 2.6 has got to be at least, I want to say 160. Anybody want to guess? I'm saying 160. Let's check this out. Multiply it by 52. 139. Ooh, I was way off. 139. 139% if you can get 2.6% every week. I don't. I average 1.4. So for the past 5 or 10 years, I've averaged 1.4% every single week. And I'm perfectly okay with that. I have no desire to look at anything else, especially not Meta. I see you there, Bree. Meta, I don't like it only because it only has, 2.5 years of dividends. They may have been in business for a while, but their business keeps changing and changing and changing. And they've only just started to pay dividends, which means they're not going to be on my list for another 17 years. Sorry. What goes up? Okay, so we don't get SMR right now. Okay, so that is Comcast. Now, the questions you should be having on the top of your head is, number one, do I like Comcast? Does it make sense? You got it, Bree? Bree, I do appreciate you coming by. Keep coming, keep learning, and keep positive. Because if you build it, they will come. If you do it, you'll eventually get to what you want. But don't invest until you understand what you're doing. That way you can paper trade. Billy Currington must be doing something right. Oh, it is a nice song. I must be doing something right. I just heard her sigh when I look at. Okay, anyway, what are we doing? SMR? All right, let's get out of here. Get out of there. Get out of there, and let's put some SMR in. And I do have some SMR. I've only had it for a couple of months. Okay, so again, let's take a look. The high of here, the high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Where's it going? Up, down, up, down. Uh-oh. Let's zoom in. Here's the last 30 days right there. What's happening? He's in Vegas. That's why he's up. Yeah, thank you. ABT, Abbott Labs covered call until the 8th. I have Apache. Hey, Kissable. Dude, what are you doing here? Okay, you're usually with me on the East Coast. Oh, man, I'm at 2 a.m. How you doing, brother? I'm not going to be back into Florida until, oh, my goodness. I have no idea. When you're retired, you can come and go as much as you please. Don't get me wrong, I can't wait to get back home. I miss my bed. I love my bed. And I got my big fish tank. I can see how my fish are doing. Yep, I got my motorcycle, got my boat, I got all my toys. And my little buddy's there. My grandson is there. I'm going to miss him terribly. I got to give him a call, see how he's doing. I've been doing something cash options by the time. I really like your style. Thank you, Bree. Thank you very much. What's the next question? Oh, Kissable. Kissable, you got Apache? Ooh, I'm going to take a look at Apache next. Kissable, sit tight. We're going to do SMR first, and then we'll come and do Apache. Okay? SMR, all right. What's going on the last 30 days? Let's zoom on in. Zoom in. All right. Uh-oh. No. Now, 30 days ago, same thing. You always do the same thing. Now, it takes me 2 to 3 seconds. That's it. That's it. Okay? High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at down, up, down. So when it comes back down, it's eventually going to find the bottom, turn around, go back up again. That's what they do. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. That's it. All right, so no to SMR. Let's check out Apache, APA. All right, here we go. Ooh, wait a second. It looks like it stalled out today. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up. Let's zoom into here, see what's happening. What's happening? 30. All right. Maybe. Okay, maybe. Look. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at a big gap down, up. That's it. Down, up. How high up is it going to go? The previous high is right there, so we have all this space here. But before you say, oh, that looks lovely, I'm going to buy it, count by numbers. Remember, 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Blah, blah, blah. The bottom right here, 33 to 39 is $6. $6 on a $33 stock is 20%. It already jumped up 20%. Do you really? And answer the question honestly. Stock jumped up 20% in the last week and a half. Do you really want to jump in, or do you want to give it a little bit of a pullback? Which that could be it before she continues, because the high is right here. Okay, so usually it goes back up. Usually. But it already jumped 20%. Do you think it's still going to go? I don't know. It might not. Holy cow, we're at 11:22. We got a few more things we want to take a look at before we keep going. All right, got all those questions. Got all those. Got it, Meta. Missed it, darn. I've been doing something. Okay, I already got that one. All right. So we're almost done with these. All right, 67. Brad Murphy, you are definitely off my Christmas card list. Do I really look 67 to you? I mean, seriously, I said I'm in my 60s, but I'm not 67. You meant 1967. Nah, I'm a little bit older than that. On fire, what's the cheapest dividend king capital on 100 shares? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't even know the answer to that one. Tootsie Roll. I believe it's Tootsie Roll. Well, let's find out. I'm going to go over to my watch list. Okay, let's get rid of this. Let's slide this all the way down. And this, I'm going to take a look at. Oh, wait a minute, it's not on this list. I know where it is. No. Damn it. No, it's not on that list. It's in a different account. Damn it. All right, so let's go over here. To be honest with you, I don't know which one it is, but I'm pretty sure it's Tootsie Roll. Okay, so I don't know. Top of my list, top of my head. Skippy, wow, I'm ready to learn and invest. Okay, Skippy, I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell everyone. You're new here. I'm pretty good with names. I would notice Skippy because that was the name of my dog as a kid. Okay, I would notice if you came. Okay, anywhere between 2,000 and 50,000 people showed through these 11, what is it, 11, 13, 15, something like that. Crazy amount. Who the hell live streams on 11 or 12 different accounts? I do. I got nothing else to do. I'm entertaining myself. I'm retired and I'm entertaining myself, having fun, sharing information. And I'm going to keep doing it until it's no more fun. At the moment, it's still fun. Okay, so Skippy. I'm going to suggest, Skippy, I don't give recommendations and I don't tell people what to do. My suggestion would be to paper trade for a while until you understand everything. Keep showing up. I'm live every night, not every night. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I take Friday nights and Saturday nights off. Okay, 2.5 hours. Just giving back to the community because the community has been very nice to me. I have a very nice lifestyle. Okay, me and my girlfriend are here in Vegas. I flew my kids in so they can share the experience of the seminar with me because they finally got to that point where they said, Dad is making so much money, maybe we should jump on the bandwagon. So it's kind of exciting that my kids are finally wanting to join and create a new family business out of this. Because it used to be just a hobby for me. But now they want to turn it into a viable business. And great. So one of my sons has been with me for about a month and he's putting things together. It's like, oh, okay. Let's do a couple seminars. He says, okay. So it's kind of fun. But I forget where I was going with that one. Yeah, so take your time, learn. Now, when somebody told me, if you think you're missing a trade, don't worry about another one around the corner. Seriously, there is. Now, when I heard it, yeah, but I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss it. Don't be afraid to say, you know what, I'll wait a day. I'll wait 2 days. Because every single week, there's always a new trade coming. Always. It took me a long time. It took me decades to learn it. Yeah, all right. I didn't do anything today. I'll do something tomorrow. Because tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow, another stock is going to make a new high. Another stock is going to make a new bottom. It all depends on what do you want to do? How much time do you want to put in? All right, what else we got? Mahmoud, what's happening? Hot mess. Oh, no. Hot mess. Yep. Okay, Jose, ¿qué pasa, Jose? ¿Cómo está? Jake News, Jennifer. So that pattern is from last year? No, Jennifer, this pattern right here, this is today. This. Okay, that was yesterday, that's Friday, that's last Thursday, that's last Wednesday, that's blah, 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 blah. That is historical. Okay, this is today. Tomorrow is going to be a new day. It could be a new set of numbers. So every day there's a new set of numbers. We can only look by what already happened. Well, a couple of weeks ago was the high, and 2 weeks ago was the bottom. Last week she started climbing, and today we're right here. Dave, what's happening? In Truth Capital, Mr. Dubai. How you doing, Mr. Dubai? Televisionary, cool name. Brewed Rich, cool beans. Chasing El Jackpot. Hey, James, how was Vegas? Have you won anything? See, chasing jackpot, I'm not a gambler. Okay, you probably noticed by my trading, I do simple, predictable, consistent, boring trades. 1% a week, it's boring. But it is profitable and it is consistent. And I'm okay with 50% a year, okay? Alex, holy cow, Alex, what are you doing up so late? It's 2:30 in the morning where you are, Alex. All right, Kagiso, what's happening? Eileen, good evening, Eileen. Richie Rich, what's going on? Sarah Roberts, I'm glad you got it there, Miss Sarah. Nice to see you. Andy Lee, Paul, what platform are you using? That's the first time someone's asked me that today, Paul. This is Think or Swim, offered by Charles Schwab. Now, 18 years ago, I wrote a book on choosing the right trading platform. That's when I found this. Because 18 years ago, I was using E-Trade because it made sense at that time. But once I found this, I took one look and I said, oh my God, that thing's so complicated. But once you whittle out all the stuff you're not going to use, I only use about 2% of what's on here. There's so much information on Thinkorswim, it's unbelievable. But I don't pay attention to 98% of it because it has nothing to do with what I'm doing. Okay, you want to go down a rabbit hole? Yeah, take a look at all the stuff in there. Yeah, no, thank you. La la la. A Soph right now. Okay, username on fire. Complete the example. Strike price. Got it. Raul, is this a recording? Raul, it would depend on when you're watching it. If you're watching it right now, which is kind of funny because if it was a recording, I said that right now would be right now. All right, you ready, Raul? It is currently, all right, second, no, it's not 12:20. It's 12:29 a.m. Florida time, which is 11:29. Is it 11:29 in Vegas? I forget where I am sometimes. That's what they call it OPS, old people syndrome. You forget what time it is. You forget what day it is. Yeah, it's 2:29 a.m. Florida time on the 29th, which would be 11:29
Yes.
Vegas time. 11:29 Vegas time. So is it recording? If you watch it tomorrow, it'll be a recording. But at this moment in time, it's live. Okay? No, but I think he likes 9 different phones. Yeah, no, today we only have 4 phones in one software. So it's 5 cameras tonight. It's usually 9 cameras, but tonight it's only 5 because I didn't want to bring all of them with me. It's hard enough trying to set up 5 cameras than set up all 9. So the 9s, I leave that one at home, and I very rarely take that one with me. Caspan, what's going on? Johnny, auctioneer. Hey, Johnny Bravo. I love Johnny Bravo. That was a good show. Day 3, absolutely. Wakati, you're back again. I remember that name. Wakti Wadani. Johnny Bravo, your memory seems pretty good, by the way. Thank you. Oh, hate. Haven't been on for a while. What's up, dude? What's up? Not much. Just, same old, 1% every week, blah, blah, blah. It's boring as hell. Same things over and over again. I buy Macy's every week. I buy Walgreens. Well, don't buy Walgreens anymore. We used to. Now it's Macy's and Kohl's. We used to do Nordstrom's. Not anymore. Can you please share your dividend calendar? Say, Trillia, it's not mine. It's, where is it? Calendar, right there. Okay, this is not mine. This belongs to Charles Schwab. You can actually go to Google and put in EX dividend calendar. There's a whole bunch of websites that have them. But this one actually comes on the trading platform. Simba the King, nice to see you. Can you please, yep. Pedrum, what were the other 2 dates to look for? The only date I really look for is EX dividend date. That tells me when the stock is getting ready to pay its dividend. Knowing when they're going to pay the dividend lets me know when the stock usually moves up. So, for instance, if I'm looking at Nokia, they have a dividend on the 28th. So I don't want to buy it on the 28th. I want to buy it 2 weeks before on the 13th, and then give it 2 weeks time for it to make its move. So that it moves up, I can jump in and jump out. I'll have 2.5 weeks before the dividend is paid. I'm him. I am he and he is me and we are all together. We'll see how she cries like, okay, wait a minute. Dividend stocks fall, the amount paid in the date. Dividend stocks chancing is crazy. I'm going to agree with you, military spouse, and she's absolutely right. Dividend stocks have a tendency to go down after the dividend is paid. But what she's forgetting is that dividend stocks have a tendency to go up before the dividend. So if they go up before the dividend and I jump out halfway on the upside, it's like when you're climbing a ladder, you go up 2 or 3 rungs and you jump off. Hey, I don't need to climb to the top to get my profit. Jesus is the way. Thank you. Whatever happened to BASF? I have no idea, Johnny. Johnny. All right, let's go back to here. BASF. I have no idea. It's not even popping up. Right? Not even popping up. Sorry. I have no idea. Investing in Tesla. Is that a good investment? Raul, I'm going to agree with you. 1 second. Bree, I love American Water. I really do. AWR, American Water. They're dividend king. 5 decades of increased profits. However, they're monthly. I don't do monthlies because I can only trade it once a month, Bree. But I like your thinking, though, because you're looking at a good quality company. That, my dear, is a good quality company. But they only have monthly options, which means I can only trade it once a month. That means I might get stuck with only, like this one, only getting 12% a year. Now, some people might say, ooh, 12%, that'd be great. Well, yeah. But if I do weeklies, Bree, I can get 50% or more. So I don't do American Water, even though I do like it. Raul, Tesla. All right, here's the thing about Tesla. Now, Tesla doesn't have any dividends. However, you can't get away from the dude. Seriously, you can't. This dude is playing a different game on a different level. Okay, you think he's competing with everyone else? No, he's accumulating an empire. Think about what he's got. Seriously, think about it. Electric cars, solar, computers, AI, robotics, rockets, tunneling machine, solar panels, battery technology, all this shit he's got. He's working on something on a different level. So yeah, I'm buying Tesla and I'm leveraging it to make sure that I'm buying it at the right time because it doesn't have dividends, which means I don't know when the right time to buy Tesla is. But I'm going to give you a little key piece of advice that I usually don't normally share. Let's check this out. See how many people actually like this. All right, you ready? We're going to show you this right here. This, my friends, is what is called a seasonality chart. And it's exactly what you think it is. Winter, spring, summer, fall, 1 year after another after another. You see 2 lines. You see a blue line, you see a red line, all the way to the right or all the way to the left. It depends on which way you're standing, because right now, it's all the way to the right. But when I go like this, it's all the way to the left. Either way, on this end over here is January 1st. This end over here is December 31st. The blue line represents the movement this year from January 1st to today. This represents 10 years worth of data. 10 years. So the last 10 years, it went down. Look at this. It went down. Now it's going sideways, which should be going sideways, and then it should be going up. That's what it's done over the last 10 years on average. Is it guaranteed? No. But it's 10 years of performance. We get an idea of what does she normally do. That's what Tesla normally does. So now it might go sideways. Okay, great. So I do buy some and I sell it for 2 or 3 strikes in the money, just in case it pulls back. 5 days, I think it's pretty good. All right, so let's take a look at Tesla. Let's get out of this. All right, now Tesla is currently at 376. So we want to do May 8th and the 377s. See that? Currently 376. Okay. The 377s are going for 10. So I want to do the 375s and they're going for 11. Now 375 is a safer trade. I like safety. I like predictability. So let's take a look at Tesla at 375 for next week. What does it look like? Covered call, the 375s. There it is. All right, hold on a second. I got to turn the air conditioner on. It's getting a little warm in here. All right. I'm just going to have to deal with it. After all, we are in Vegas. It's getting a little warm. Turn the air conditioner. I didn't like the cold air blowing at me. All right, so anyway, here's Tesla. Here's the order. Now, I don't want to do 10. I want to do just 1 so you get a good idea what 1 looks like. Okay, 1. And here's Johnny. Johnny, tell him what he's won. Well, Bill, we have Tesla. Covered call, TSLA 100 at 8 May 726. That's this coming Friday. Not this Friday, but next Friday. Okay, 8 May, that's next Friday. The 375 call off. Here's the profit, 963, and it's a $36,000 investment. Well, it's a $376 stock. 100 shares, 36,000. All right, so let's check out the rate of return. $963 is the profit on this one contract. Has a $36,537 investment. That comes to 2.6% for 1 week. So ask yourself the question, do you like Tesla? Do you like it this price? Does 2.6% for 1 week make sense to you? It either does or it doesn't. You either like the company or you don't. Okay? You can invest your money any way you want. I'm just sharing the way I'm doing it. I'm not trying to sell you anything. Okay? I believe in giving back to the community. The community has been very nice to me over the last 30 years. So yeah, I'm sharing with you good people. Another reason, because the little guy has been screwed so many times. All right, we're losing our customers, so I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to go a few more questions before we do. So yeah, I do have some Tesla, and it does give me a ridiculous amount of money every week. Okay? So it goes up, it goes down, I take my profits, I smile, and I say thank you. Okay? Guillermo, what's happening? Terry! Ooh, wait a minute. I can't go away without looking at my two favorites, Kohl's and Macy's. Terry, this is for you. You ready? Here we go. Simba the King, thank you for those roses, brother. Or sister, I don't know. It just says Simba the King. I have no idea if it's a girl or a boy. All right, single. All right, so we are going to look at Macy's, one of my favorites. If you take a look at my historical performance. Now, by the way, if you didn't know, I share all my lists. I share 3 live accounts. Okay, so every day I live trade a morning trading group. Yeah, it's a paid trading group. No, I'm not trying to sell you, but I trade 3 different accounts, so you can watch over my shoulder as I trade, and then you can ask me questions. James, that doesn't make sense. Can you explain that to me? James, why did you do that? James, can you look at my account? That's the perk that people do that. Loops, 3M, Procter & Gamble, Bree, that's an awesome, I love Procter & Gamble, I do, but Bree, it's almost 12 o'clock here, which means it's almost 3 o'clock back home, which means I got to get up in 3 hours to do a live trading group. So yeah, I'm going to do a couple more and then just call it a night. Sorry. Okay, so Tesla, same thing. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at it. Up, down, up, down. What's going on right there? Last 30 days. What do you think? Up, down, up, down, up. So it's going to go up now to 376. If I do the 375s for next week, it's going to give me $11.25 per share. So how much am I walking away with on this trade? This is going to be the last one I do, and I'm going to call it a night. Because my eyes are heavy and my sights were dim. I had to stop for the night. And there she stood in the doorway. I heard the mission bell. And I was thinking to myself, this could be heavy. Okay, there it is, 375. There we go. One contract. There it is. Confirm and send. Johnny, tell him what he's won. Well, here we go, Bill. Okay, by one covered call, Tesla, 8 May, 375, 390, 951. Did we just do this one? We did. We just did Tesla. See, it's late. I'm not, okay, time to go. Let me see what else we got. Dodie, how you doing? Robbie Brown, sorry, I'm late. I'm getting tired. My eyes are heavy. My sight was dim. It's time to stop for that. Invest in Tesla. Is that a good investment? I think so. Never buy something. Okay, let me go over the rules one more time. Rule 1. Never buy anything you do not understand or you do not want to hold on to long term. If you don't understand Tesla, you don't want to hold on to it for the rest of your life, don't buy it. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. If I buy Tesla at 376, I'm not going to sell it for less. Not really, because if I buy at 376, I'm going to sell the 375s and walk away with 2.6%. I'm actually selling for less I paid for it, but still walking away with a profit, even though I'm selling it for less. Kind of crazy, isn't it? No. Okay. Never buy something you don't want to hold. Never sell for a loss. Make sure the company is consistently profitable. Weekly options only, and make sure the numbers work. That's it. Simple. It was created for a 9-year-old. That being said, you guys have a great night. We're going to do this all over again tomorrow. Again, if you want to show up for the live show in Vegas, great. Come on down. If not, it still have the opportunity to join live. That being said, have a great night, everyone. You over here, have a lovely day. Bye. We're calling it a night. You know what that means? I know what it means. It means mood music. Here we go. You guys have a great night. We're going to do this all over again next week. Oh, wait a minute. Tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday. See you tomorrow night, everyone.